Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, it's been a crazy last week. I just turned 30 and I'm so glad because 30s are the best if you've really worked on it. Hi everyone, I'm Darshani and welcome back to another video. So these are 30 things I've learned as a 30-year-old. So let's get right into it. First thing is to unlearn and relearn your relationship with money. I know it is very difficult to come from not so much money to making your first paycheck and living a life of your own. You tend to spend recklessly, you don't know where to invest. So my first thing that I would tell you, especially if you've come from no money, is to learn the relationship with money. Is this thought that we have from our parents, from our society, is that a lot of money makes you reckless, a lot of money makes you rude, a lot of money makes you mean. Money is a tool by which you can do so much better in life. So learn that relationship with money. The second one is your family is very important. You need to learn to keep them close. I know there'll be some toxic people in your family which you need to let go of, which I totally understand. I have had a difficult relationship with my mother my whole life, but you have to understand it comes more from what they went through than what they are. And you have to learn to make a good relationship with your parents, with your family. Right now I have a great relationship with my family, with my mom, with my brother, with my sisters. That has given me so much peace, so much support. They have stayed with me no matter what. And you need to find these kind of people in your relationship and stay very close to them. And if the relationship is strained, find a way to make it better. But you have to show them by making money, by making the right decisions and living a good life and giving them a good life, that you can do better and hopefully build that trust and boundary where they can love you the way you want to be loved. The third point is to find a job that you like. I currently work in social media. I love creating content, so it naturally came out and just happened that I work in social media. But if I wasn't working in social media, I would have found something that I really liked. And it's very important to make friends at work. I worked in about 4 companies now, and all I remember is not the work that I did, how many deadlines I made, not how late I worked, but the friends that were there to take care of me, to love me. Your friends from work will stay with you forever. I know that you'll hear that you should not make friends in corporate, but take my word for it. You have to find those 2 3 people who will take care of you, who will love you, who will be there to support you no matter what. And someday they'll be your bridesmaid, or you'll have houses next to each other in a beach somewhere. The fourth point, I've talked about it many times, which is rejection is redirection. Rejection leads to something bigger and better. I cannot stress enough on how many things have gone wrong in my life where I felt like, oh, my life is over, but something better came along. I was selected for a job in Paris, and when that did not work out, I was heartbroken. I was crushed, and I thought I would never work. I would just want to quit everything. But then somehow I got a job in Pune. I moved to another city. My life changed. I became a creator. I became a dancer. I became so many things. I met so many lovely people in my life. I have a home in Pune, even though I am not from there. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your gut. You have to trust your universe, your God, that they have something better for you in their minds. I take every rejection as a protection for something big or bad that would have happened with me, but it has worked out in the bestest way possible. Point number 5, say yes to experiences. If they are paid experiences, unpaid experiences, experiences where you feel like, okay, I'm gonna die, say yes to them. You will not remember sitting and scrolling on your phone, but you will remember climbing the mountain, you will remember going to that party, you will remember talking to strangers. When you go out and experience, you'll meet friends that will stay with you forever. The best experience that I always talk about is how I did the Kalsubai trek. Even though I went solo and I met the most amazing people of my life who I am still connected with, who I still go on treks with, they hit me up every time they are in town and we have the most amazing conversations. I met such cool people. One of them is a runner, one of them has done Mount Everest base camp, one of them was a student. I got to meet so many people from different walks of life that taught me, hey, it's okay. Some people are great, some people lose, some people do better, and your time will come. Point number 6, my favorite number, hence my favorite point, is to do no social media Saturdays and Sundays. I work in social media, so I know it's very easy to get dragged into scrolling and seeing somebody else's life and not enjoying your own. I've been using my no social media Saturdays and Sundays to create content, to think about life, to make the next move, to create something, or to just stare at the wall or go to a park and sit down. I've realized when I don't have social media, I read more, I edit my videos, I talk to my family more in depth. I just clean my room, I just clean my head, stare at the wall, but it is so, so, so good. Point number 7 is to always keep your room or your house clean. The more clean your house is, the more it lets your brain grow, the more it lets your brain sort out with things. Have you ever noticed when you get stressed, you just start cleaning the house? It's a form of procrastination for a lot of people, including me. But I've also realized when I have a clean home, when I have a clean room, I'm able to think straight. I'm able to find things. Marie Kondo, that shit, I don't care. But keep your room, your house, and your mind clean. Point number 9, walk, run, gym, dance, trek, do whatever. Movement is always in your control, and it is very important to do it because the more movement you have in your life, the more movement happens in your brain. The more you let your body move, the more your brain moves. Have you ever noticed the richest and the strongest people are the ones who are always healthy? They always take care of their health no matter what. And don't give me that bullshit that you don't have time. Everybody has time, everybody has 24 hours, but they use it very wisely, very smartly, because they know that health is very important. I'm also trying to prioritize my health where I have to remind myself that I need to do some kind of movement every single day. If you have no money, if you have no time, put on a video of Zumba, dance, fitness, anything, and dance for 30 minutes. Point number 10, one of my favorite things because I learned it very early on in my life and I'm so grateful I did. Start with 5 minutes and then make it better. If you want to start meditating, writing, journaling, reading, whatever you want to do, start with 5 minutes and then make it better. I don't have the time and the patience to sit and meditate, but as soon as I wake up, I tell Siri to like put a 5 minute timer and just sit there and meditate for like 5 minutes. I just breathe in, I just focus. And most of the times I end up doing more than 5 minutes. And I think that has given me the clarity that I need, especially in the start of the day. Point number 11 is to say, I love you, you are awesome, and hi, pretty lady more often. Give compliments more often. Say I love you to your friends, your family, your loved ones more often. Be more open about how you feel. The more you're able to say it, the more you get it back. We grew up in a family where we never said I love you to each other, but I have tried to change it. I force it out of my brain. I say it as often as possible. I think people in our life, they deserve to know that they are loved. And the people who have put in the effort to dress well need to know that they look pretty. Be very open about giving compliments. Point number 12 is to read every single day. No matter how less of time you have, pick up a book, fiction, non-fiction, whatever, but start reading. Reading does something to your brain. It slows it down and it gives you so much more clarity. I know you can listen to that book. I know you can read it on your phone, but no, pick up a physical book. Reading is such a good habit. You should do it more. Everybody should do it more. Point number 13, if you're stressed, when you're stressed, unclench your jaw. Okay, I'm going to show it to you what I usually do. I just do ah, ah, ah. This helps so much because when we are stressed, we kind of hold our jaws in this way where it just becomes difficult. So I take a moment whenever I'm stressed. I run to the washroom. I run to wherever there's a safe place. So I just unclench my jaw and take 5 intentional deep breaths. It instantly calms me down from whatever I'm doing. Point number 14 is to do a good deed. Do it intentionally, do it unintentionally, it doesn't matter. Just drop someone from work. Just let someone else go when they are standing in traffic. Just ask your house help how many kids she has and buy them books for their school season. I don't think it's going to affect your salary. I don't think it's going to affect the money you have. Doing good deeds is so less spoken about, and the impact that has on your brain is so less spoken about. Doing something kind for someone else is so less spoken about. I think we've become all nonchalant and we don't care in this world. I personally feel the community and the world grows when we are kind to each other, when we are able to do good deeds for each other. It's a very cute and wholesome thing that just makes me happy, and I think more people should do it. Point number 15 is to make time for your hobbies and nature. Don't give me the nonsense that you don't have time for your hobbies, you don't have money for your hobbies. That are you telling me that you can't go to a park and just sit and read? I am one of those people who has expensive hobbies. My whole hobby and my whole personality is to travel the world, and I want to do that. But I know it also takes money and effort. So I'm trying to build hobbies that I can do at home. Drawing, sketching, writing, reading, and you'll have time for all of these if you listen to my point number 6. Point number 16, your skincare is everything. eat well, sleep on time, do anything and everything that will help you take care of yourself. Skincare just doesn't mean you'll buy your expensive vitamin C, vitamin D and put it on your face. No. Skincare means actually taking care of yourself. If you don't rest well, if you don't eat well, if you don't take care of yourself, it's gonna show up. Not to toot my own horn, but one of the biggest thing that I hear is, oh, you are 30, you don't look like 30. You know why that is? Because I take care of myself. I tell people I am not available after 10 p.m. I will go to sleep, I will get my good night of sleep, I will drink hell lot of water, I will take care of myself whenever, however it's possible. Point number 17. People will think I'm a little cuckoo about this, but you need to talk to yourself more often. Whatever form of talking helps you. Writing it, taking up questionnaire from the internet and answering those questions. But you need to talk to yourself more often. You need to ask yourself, hey, do I feel comfortable in what I'm wearing? Do I like it? Hey, do I need a cut because I want it? You need to start asking those questions to yourself. The more curious you get about listening to yourself, the more curious you get about yourself, the more you know about what you want. You need to have a no list, you need to have a yes list, and you need to always be on top of it. I know we expect our loved ones, our partners to do this, ask us questions of what we want, but do we really know what we want? And most of the time, the answer is no, because we don't take the time to get to know ourselves. So, constantly talk to yourself and understand what you want, what you don't want, and how you can get better. Let me tell you how to get started. Ask yourself what you were 5 years back and what you want 5 years later. This is the question that I think about a lot in my life. Ask simple questions. Okay, how much money was I making? How much do I want to make? How do I get there? What skills do I need? What kind of people do I need to meet? What kind of activities I need to do? And how do I take care of myself? And it's not just about money. Ask yourself other questions like, okay, I'm 70 kgs right now. 1 year later, I want to be 50 kgs. How do I take care of myself? Then ask in-depth questions. Okay, what does food mean to me? Maybe it's a coping mechanism right now. Maybe it's something else. You need to ask yourself these curious questions to know in depth about yourself. Point number 18 is to be more mindful about things around you. I constantly think about how it was COVID like 1 year back and now it is 2026 and 6 years have passed. I don't even know where the time went. I don't even know where the people went. I don't even remember a lot of things that have happened in the time frame. So I have decided to be more mindful of what I wear, what I do, what I eat, where I am, and just living in the present moment. You think you have memory problems? No, you're just scrolling on your phone and busy eating, so you don't remember what you were eating. And that's one of the biggest concerns I have with myself. Hence, I've decided to be more mindful about my life and the people around me. Point number 18 is kind of like point number 17, but in depth. Make time to know yourself. Take yourself out on dates. Do your skin analysis. Find out what tone you are, what jewelry suits you, what clothing suits you, what style looks better on you. Have a Pinterest board for your future, for your tattoos, for your life, for your future house. Make time to know yourself. Okay, some people's thing is to make endless money, and I'm okay with that. But some people's thing is to own a farm, have a cow, have trees around it, have a mango tree that they can climb, their kids can climb. And some people are a mix of both. You need to figure out what you are, how you are, and how will you get to know that? You need to ask yourself questions. While I say that, I'm realizing I need to launch a book which says get to know yourself and have multiple questions, which anybody can buy and they can write their answers, which will help them know better. Point number 20, it took me a lot of time to get to it personally as well, but know your own fashion, know your own aesthetic. I know there are sales everywhere. I know fast fashion is crazy and you can get anything any day, anytime with all of these 10-minute apps. But what is important in life is to understand what works for you, what works for your body. I know you can take 1000 rupees and buy 5 clothing, which you will not love, but you can take that 1000 rupees and buy maybe 2 pieces of clothing which you will love forever. Find your forever clothes that gives you confidence in school, office, class, outside, dates, whatever, and explore your own aesthetic side. I've grown up hearing looks don't matter, but I will tell you looks matter. Not the way you look, but the way you dress, but the way you carry yourself, the confidence you have. Just tell me how you feel at 9 a.m. in pajamas in the morning and how you feel in a suit or an official clothing at 9 a.m. The difference is huge. The confidence is huge. The way you feel is huge. So invest in clothes that make you feel confident about yourself. Point number 21 is to shamelessly ask for what you want. What will happen? What is the worst that could happen? They'll say no. Okay, they'll say no. I'm trying to do this more as a creator where I am trying to get rejected. I keep texting these brands saying, hey, I'm willing to do a collaboration. Can you do a barter system? Give me some commercials and I'll do a video for you. And I get rejected left, right, and center. But I am not ashamed to ask. Embarrassment is a less explored emotion. You need to be embarrassed more often. You need to be shameless more often. You need to ask more questions. It's okay if they say no. Great. Okay. No. Who will remember it? But if they say yes, what happens? Point number 22 is to learn to make your signature dish or your signature meal. It's okay if you don't like to cook. I've always hated to cook because my mom always said, oh, women have to take care of the house. They need to cook for their husbands, which is why for the longest time I never learned how to cook. But knowing that one signature dish is going to change your life, because that is going to be your meal when you feel low. That is going to be something that makes you happy. My favorite dish is to make pulao. I know it's very basic. And when I feel my life is going to shits, I still cook and it just makes me feel better. Knowing your one signature dish is not for your husband, not for your kids, not for your family, not for anyone else, but for yourself. Point number 23 is to be a little more stingy about what you want. If you don't feel hell yes about things, then what's the point even? If you don't feel hell yes about making this video, if you don't feel hell yes about the friendships that you have, the relationships that you have, you need to be a little more stingy about it. I try to do that with clothing that I buy. When I look at an outfit and I don't feel, yeah, hell yes, I need to have this, I need to own this, I don't buy it. Because if it's not a hell yes, it's probably a no. A maybe is a no is a no. A hell yes is the yes that you want in your life. The next pointer, which is 24, is to find your gut, fix your gut, and listen to your gut. I know I'm saying it in a funny way, but the more you listen to your gut, the more you listen to yourself. First part about this is to figure out what your gut needs and feed it food, items, meditation, or whatever it needs, and always to listen to your gut. Your gut will always be able to tell you, even before your brain is able to tell you, that you need to do so and so. Before your brain knows, your gut knows. Before the people around you know, your gut knows. Before you know yourself. So figure out how to have that relationship with your gut and listen to it. Point number 25 is to unfollow, block, unfriend, unsubscribe, delete, mute regularly. Yes, I am saying that as a creator. If somebody is messing up with your mental health, if somebody is messing up with what you are, what you want to build, and anything that you want to do, mute them, block them, unfriend them. I remember some 2-3 years back, one of my friends was commenting on the way I dance, and I was like, oh, what does she think? She's a big dancer or what? She keeps. You know what I did? I unfollowed them. I blocked them from my account because I don't need that kind of vibes. Don't need that kind of drama in my life. I am happy with what I am. I am happy with what I've built. I'm happy with what I want to build. And I will make sure that people who don't push me where I want to be, people who don't support me, are out of my life. If there is garbage piling up in your room, you wouldn't keep it there, right? Then why do you entertain people who don't support you, who don't love you, who don't respect you in your life? Why don't you just kick them out? That's the same mentality you need to put on your social media as well. Point number 26 is gratitude, affirm, visualize, manifest daily. I cannot tell you the power that all of these have on your mind, on your body, and what you will get in your future. I get really excited about this. Okay, so I did not grow up very religious. I somehow got to know about the practice of gratitude, the practice of affirmation, the practice of visualization and manifesting. I believe in woo woo, and I know I am magic. And I know that the more I do all of these things, the more better it gets. You don't have to believe in what I believe. But listen to me, the more gratitude you have for what you already have, the more you'll get. After I bought a bike, I always thought that I'll get into an accident, or I was always scared because somebody told me when I was younger that, oh, I'll die in an accident or something, which is stupid. But as soon as I sit on my bike, I still do this. I say, I'm confident in my riding skills. I will be safe. I will be taken care of. And when I affirm it to myself, I don't even know if God or universe is listening, but I listen to myself. I know I have the power to get myself home safely. Visualization. I know as kids we always used to dream about, oh, having a big house, having a big car, having this, having that. Oh, there is so much magic, there's so much wonderful things in the world. But somehow when we get adults, we forget how beautiful this is. You just have to visualize yourself in better rooms, having a lot of money, having the confidence. This has honestly helped me set a standard for myself of how I want to be, and it genuinely becomes better with time. I'm a big time manifester. I've manifested the confidence to be in front of the camera. I've manifested this house. I've manifested my job. I've manifested the money I make. I manifested the partner I want. I have manifested everything in my life. You can come and tell me there is a scientific reason for all of this, but I don't care. I believe that I am magic. I can manifest anything in the world. If you don't believe me, watch me. Watch me do magic in this world. Point number 27 is to be a good friend, first to yourself and then to others. Be a good friend to yourself and ask on the sad days of how you can get better, how you can do better, and even be a really good friend to your friends. Call them up, ask them how they're doing, how their life is. I know the kind of life that we have, we get really busy with our life, with our jobs, with everything around us, but make time to be a good friend to yourself, to your friends around you. Be more mindful of how they are talking, how they are changing. Ask them if they need to talk, ask them what is happening, and just be curious. Point number 28 is to slow down. I learned this the hardest way possible, but the more you talk slow, walk slow, and think slow, it helps a lot. They say that our minds are constantly processing stuff, and we are in a fast paced life. Especially if you live in a city, you know for a fact that everything is just churning out. Everybody wants to do the next thing, the next big thing, buy the next big thing, do the next big thing. I have been a high energy and through cutlet all my life, but the minute I slowed down, the minute I was able to walk, talk slow, I realized I'm able to process better. I'm able to talk more confidently, make more sense, and give real feedback to people. Point number 29, I can't stress enough on this. Never, ever, ever stop learning. Constantly keep learning how to edit, how to make a video, how to start a business, how to learn a new language, how to dress well, how to talk to others. Do everything in your power to constantly learn. Learn whatever works for you. I was a marketer. I learned how to create videos. I learned how to edit it. I'm learning ukulele. I'm learning Spanish on Duolingo. If you learn Spanish, send me a request and we can be buddies on Duolingo. And point number 30, the age I am at, I can't believe I've spoken for so long, is to always, 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 always dream big, bigger, and biggest. There is no stopping you if you decide what you want. There is nobody in this world that you have to settle for. There is nothing in this world that has a power over you. You can do whatever you want to do. You want a bigger house, bigger business, bigger job, bigger salary, do it. Always dream bigger for yourself, for your younger self, for your future self, and do it. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, what you're doing, subscribe now, comment, like, and if you want me to do an extension video on any of these points that we spoke about today, put them in the comments below and I will get into it. Thank you for all the love that you've shown over the years. My Instagram is tap4dash, mindset with Darshani, and YouTube is, well, YouTube is this one. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comments, and follow me on Instagram. See you on the next one. Love you. Bye.